What is up, all you fly guys and gals? Cloud Envy here. And although football season may have just ended, the first season of the PMC has just begun. And I am here to fill you in on our nice little draft analysis. Because we had the draft this past Saturday night. Knocked the whole thing out about 4, maybe 5 hours if we're stretching it. And it was a lot of fun. The J-Specs was nice enough to stream the whole thing on Twitch. It was a lot of fun. We were just hanging out, picking mons, throwing some shade, shit talking a little bit, but it was a good time. But obviously this is a draft analysis, so please allow me to analyze my draft. Let me just pull it up real fast for you. I just don't want to forget anything. Okay. So, before I begin, there's one thing you have to know. I arrived just a little late. I missed the first pick of the draft, which unfortunately was so majorly important because the core I had planned out. Now, I never plan a draft. So I feel like if I plan a draft, then I plan all these backups, and the backups are almost never in sync with the rest of them, and I get sniped, and it's a mess. I'd rather just go with the fly. I feel like if I'm on the fly, the pressure's a little harder on me, and that way I don't know, I work a lot better under pressure. So, the core I wanted to go with, it was far-fetched. It was far-fetched. Not the Pokemon, like, it was, you know what I mean, you got me. But the core I really wanted to go with was Mega Venusaur, Heatran, and Slowbro. Now, there's obviously different ways to go about that. I could have had Torkoal, if need be, over Heatran. Could have had Slowking over Slowbro. Even could have had Mega Slowbro and regular Venusaur. But, I had 6th or 7th pick. I don't remember. The snake kept throwing me off because I was always shifting from one right to the other and back, and I couldn't remember which one I was. But they got to me and they're like, yo, pick, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. I've got to be missing a mon. I must have missed one of the picks. And I'm asking about it, they're like, oh yeah, Mega Venusaur got picked first, and I'm like, okay, well, shit, like, what do I do now? So, we had a 3-minute timer, and I don't know why, that 3 minutes felt like 30 seconds to me, because I'm sitting there rushing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick Heatran. Because, I mean, it's a hot potato. I feel like it's a reasonable first pick. You can do a lot of stuff with the Heatran. You got utility, you can go offense, you can go defensive. I mean, its only really bad stat is speed. So, I didn't see a problem there. So the draft continues. And we finish round 1, take a little bit to discuss and criticize. I mean, criticize is the wrong word. It sounds negative. You know what I mean. We discussed, looked over, and we're like, oh yeah, they could definitely use this. Gets back to me, and I'm like, alright, I can pick Slowbro, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of teams that could really use Weavile or Mamoswine right now. I should really cover that up while I can, because Mamoswine's one of those mons that can really rip through almost any team. And Weavile is just such a giant threat. But I'm just like, oh, I'll hold off on Slowbro. Right now, I need to seal the deal. I need to get my check for those. So, like every league, we drafted the OG mascot. The Red Rocket himself, Infernape, is coming back to the team like every other time for the PMC 2nd pick. And I drafted him and I was like, oh yeah, that was a good pick. And a couple of us are like, well, the 2 mons drafted, that's a big water weakness, big ground weakness, like that's, you can't ignore that. Now I'm thinking, oh, yeah, you're right. Mega Slowbro. Round 3, we're going Mega Slowbro. Round 2 ends. Round 3 begins. I'm sorry, I don't remember who did it. I don't remember who picked before me, but it was like 1 or 2 spots before me grabbed up Mega Slowbro. And I think it was the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm almost positive. And I'm sitting there like, oh my god. Well, there that goes. I guess this core is just not happening. I'm thinking like, what do I do? I have to cancel out water, and I have to cancel out ground, and I'd really like to be something like kind of defensive. And I'm looking over my squad, and I'm looking over the points, and I'm like, oh, alright. So I decided to tap into my free points a little bit. We grabbed the Stormcaller of the Zapdos, and I love Zapdos. We ran it before on a pseudo-rain squad. Wasn't that great, because, let's be honest, the rest of my team wasn't that great. But now I think we can utilize it. Because Zapdos has very good offensive capabilities. That 128 special attack is going to be great. Plus, at this point, we have 2 Rock Setters and a Defogger, and Zapdos cancels out that water and that ground perfectly. So, by this point, I'm thinking, okay, I have 2 Legends, I have an Infernape, I don't really have anything to worry about because both of them block out the Ice weakness, but there's still that Rock weakness. Zapdos is weak to Rock, and although they both take neutral damage, Infernape and Heatran just don't want to get hit by it. So pick 4 comes around, and I think it was Tyler. I think Tyler picked up Melodic. And I'm sitting there like, oh, I could use a bulky water type. I mean, Mega Slowbro's gone, and I don't want to put the points out for regular Slowbro. So I'm thinking like, okay, I need a bulky water type, and I need to get rid of that Rock weakness. It's like, oh, wow, Swampert's here. I can use him for my free pickup. Let's grab up Swampert. I love Swampert. I do. But I love it as a mon. I've never actually used it competitively. But from what I've seen, and the couple times I have used it, it's pretty basic. Or so it seems. I did a little snooping on Swampert, checking out his move pool, his stats, and all this jazz. And I think you're all going to be pleasantly surprised at how this thing is run, because Swampert has a lot of options that people, I guess, they're not as viable as defensive / utility, which is true, because he's great. Swampert's great. Scald, Stealth Rock, Roar, Protect. It's great. You can't go wrong with Swampert. But there's a lot of other stuff I plan to do with this thing, and I think you're all going to be pleasantly surprised with it. So, at this point in the draft, I'm thinking, alright, everyone covers Swampert's grass weakness. We don't care about grass, it's not even important. Zapdos' ice weakness is covered, our rock weakness is covered, ground weakness is covered. I can start free drafting again. So I'm looking over the list, and I'm like, I have 3 Rock Setters and a Defogger. I really don't want to have to just keep setting my hazards back up. Like, let's go for some of the Rapid Spin. And I'm looking at my list, it's like, I don't have a Bug type. And I have 2 Fire types and a Water Ground. And Heatran has Flash Fire, so Fortress would be pretty nice right here. So I was like, oh my god, we got Spikes, we have Toxic Spikes, we have Stealth Rock, we have Rapid Spin, he's got a Volt Switch. So, oh, Fortress is definitely in this. So we grab up that Fortress, and we're packing on the defense that we're really starting to. Between Zapdos, Marshtomp, and Fortress, it's really starting to stack up defensively. And I was a little concerned because I feel like my offensive stats, barring Zapdos and Infernape, were kind of slim. So, the draft continues, and I'm seeing all these fairies get picked up. And one after the other. Clefable's gone. Klefki's gone. A couple of the ones I forgot about are gone. I don't remember when Gramble got picked, but I remember it being fairly early. Sylveon was gone. And I'm thinking like, man, I need a fairy, and I can't afford to wait long enough to be stuck with Aromatisse. And I could use a Psychic type, and it doesn't, I don't even care how much I just don't like Gardevoir. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's not for a real reason. I am completely biased, and I'll admit that I don't want a mon that so many people see as fan service on my team. I mean, I know that's kind of ignorant, but that's how I feel. But I'm thinking about it, I was like, that special attack is really good. That special defense is nice. You slap a Choice Scarf on it, it's got that utility, Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond, it's a Psychic type as well, and it's going to fit in with my core with Heatran, so let's grab up that Gardevoir. And I hope none of you are surprised because its nickname is completely fan service. Absolutely gonna be fan service. But I am hoping that this changes my outlook on Gardevoir. I know that the stance I have with it, again, it has nothing to do with how it performs on the field. It's just easier to call me stupid. That's really what it is. So I'm looking down my roster, and again I'm like, man, I have a whole lot of hazards. Like, I'd really like to not have them Rapid Spin. Like, if I had a Ghost type, that'd be great, but it's not like I can really afford Gengar right now. And a lot of Ghost types are already gone. I don't like Dusclops. I don't like it. I'm aware that it has great defensive capabilities, but I feel like there's not much else it does outside of Will-O-Wisp. And by this point, I already have 3 mons that can do that. I mean, you can never have too much Willow, but at the same time, it really just comes on me not liking Dusclops. I feel like its options are very limited. So, I'm looking, and I still need a Tier 4 and a Tier 5 mon. Is that right? Yeah, I still need a Tier 4 and a Tier 5. So, I see Frostlass down in Tier 4 for like 40 points. So I'm like, oh my god, Frostlass is 40? This is the most affordable mon I can get right now, Frostlass? I mean, again, I'm not here to judge anyone, but I personally feel like Frostlass should be at least 80. It's got Curse Body. It's really fast. It has access to Spikes, Destiny Bond. It's got a very wide range of, a very wide array of moves. And I don't know, I just like Frostlass. It's really good. So, we obviously grabbed her up. And I kind of pad her out at this point. I started my draft off really well, and I feel like I kind of dropped it off because there was a lot of stuff that was happening. Like, I had a personal thing going on beforehand, but it really wasn't that big a deal. I mean, it was, but, you know, whatever. I got it to take care of. And around the end of it, I had, you know, more personal stuff. But my draft is kind of starting to batter out. I'm hitting that point where I'm really just trying to stack on as many typings as I can. But I really think I did it right with Frostlass. Having a Ghost type and an Ice type with that kind of speed and the Curse Body ability, absolutely. Plus Spikes, T-Wave, we already went through it, Destiny Bond. But I think Frostlass is going to be really nice. So, past Frostlass, I realized I could really use a Dark type. Like, I don't know if anybody picked up Cresselia. I really hope not, because I don't like Cresselia. But, I saw Alakazam get picked up. And I'm thinking, I don't have anything for Alakazam. I need a Dark type. I don't have anything for that. So, I'm looking over the, yeah, Tier 4. Sorry, I'm glancing at my list just to make sure I get this in order. But I'm looking at the Tier 4 mons, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, I've never used Pangoro before. I mean, how difficult can it be? So I'm looking at his stats, looking at his move pool, and I noticed it has Iron Fist, Scrappy, and Mold Breaker. I feel like Scrappy isn't really super necessary for a Dark type, but at the same time, you never really know. Because there's always that point where it's like, I'm going to go for a knockoff, but, excuse me, but, I mean, I'm drawing a blank on a fighting attack, but this specific fighting attack would be able to do more. So it could come in handy. I see myself using Mold Breaker more times than not. But, welcome Pangoro to the Jersey Doubles, first time ever, which... No, there's been a couple. Heatran, Swampert, Gardevoir. I'm not saying they're not important, but I've never used a Pangoro ever, so that's kind of what I'm picking up on here. And it's 3:30 in the morning. I realize I'm kind of rambling. Just go with it. It's okay. But Pangoro's on the team. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably gonna throw a Choice Band on it. Probably gonna throw a Assault Vest on it. That might be all you see of Pangoro. So, past Pangoro, I'm looking at my list and I'm thinking, I don't have a Dragon type. how did I get this far in the draft without a dragon type? I'm not picking Jertagon. I don't want any more defense. Like, my team's already pretty tanky. Pangoro's got a ton of HP. Gardevoir's got that special defense. Fortress and Swampert have physical defense. Zapdos is defensive. Heatran has capable defensive capabilities. There we go. See, words are happening. So, I'm looking at my roster, and I'm thinking, I could really use a dragon. And the way we set the draft up is whatever Mega you pick, depending on what tier it is, you get extra points to use. So I'm looking at this list, I'm like, I have a pretty decent amount of high especially offensive mons. I really want a physically defensive mon, and I want a poison type. And I'm looking, and I came to it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I scowled a little bit. So I'm looking down the list, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll pick Mega Beedrill. It's like, I know, I'm completely aware that it's not, let's be honest, it's one of the worst Megas for draft format. It packs a giant punch, I know that, but at the same time, it's just so easy to prepare for. I mean, given, like, it's extremely obvious what kind of moves a Beedrill's gonna have. Surviving them is a little different, but knowing what they are, easy. If I'm playing against a Mega Beedrill, I'm willing to bet that I can guess 3 of its attacks on point. At least 3. But it does have 150 attack, it does have 145 speed, and it's going to get kills, but I don't know. I really only picked it up because I wanted the extra physical offense, I wanted that speed. Adaptability's nice, and I needed a poison type. Past that, I mean, it gave me the 60 extra points so I could grab my dragon. So another first for the Dirty Dwebbles. Well, Mega Beedrill is. But another first for the Dirty Dwebbles. We have Dragonite coming in. I know, right? Dragonite's another one of those mons I tested a couple times and didn't like. But, you know, I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at its stats, and I'm thinking, this thing is also very capable. You could easily make a pretty defensive Dragonite. Between Roost, Toxic, Weakness Policy, whatever, I don't know. We don't start until next Monday. Obviously, I'm gonna bring a lot of these in the practice matches and get comfortable with. I'm not about just throwing mons out there that I'm not familiar with. That's so not fun to do. It's confusing and terrible and scary. I'm obviously gonna have some practice matches. But we picked up Dragonite. Now, Dragonite does have that beautiful 134. What a weird number for attack. Nice 100 special attack. Everything is basically 100 or up outside of HP, which is 91, and speed, which is 80. And even then, we have Dragon Dance. Or, if we're trying to get the really hard agility. I'm honestly not... I'm not worried about Dragonite. I feel like it's going to do really well on this team. Especially with my Dragon Steel Fairy Core. Because we have Gardevoir, Dragonite, and then either Fortress or Heatran. There's so much right with that. But I think Dragonite's going to be really good. It's got a lot of capabilities that we can make use of. And I think it can fill a good number of roles, if it needs to. But by the end, the end of the draft, this is hours later, this had to be like 1 o'clock in the morning. And we're all just sitting there groaning, just waiting for this to end, being all tired and sad. And it gets back to me, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm missing 3 types on my team. I don't have a rock type, I don't have a normal type, I don't have a grass type. And out of the 3, Miltank was taken. I couldn't afford Snorlax. I couldn't think of a rock type I wanted. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, alright, Sceptile. And I put my phone away. And I check back and Tyler's like, yo, bro, you can't pick Sceptile. It costs too much. You have to pick something else. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. So I searched my brain real quick. I'm like, okay, NU. Think NU teams. What's my favorite grass type for NU? And I'm like, oh, Ragamuffin. I gotta pick Tangela. It was on my first ever NU team. I can't get rid of that thing. So final pick of the draft for your jersey doubles, we have Ragamuffin the Tangela. It's so close to my heart. I've been using Tangela since Red and Blue, and I love that thing. You smack an EV light on it, its defense gets boosted to at the very least, 160. And it's just so good. Because with that EV light, you get that giant defense. Yeah, HP is small, it's like 65. But you have access to Leech Seed, Sunspore, Sleep Powder, Toxic, Giga Drain, Ancient Power. Tangela's... Oh, and Regenerator. You can't forget that. Plus, I mean, Tangela, Swampert, Heatran, Slash Infernape. What you got, son? I think Tangela is also... It's going to be surprisingly good. Because I feel like Tangela is not going to be something people expect to actually do things with. I mean, in a separate league, I drafted Murkrow. And Murkrow's record right now is... Its record's not great, but it's putting in massive work. We Parasong to Mega Save Light of Death. Killed a Mega Gallade. Murkrow gets there really hard. And I think I'm going to be able to do the same thing with Tangela. Because, oh my god, that defense, that Regenerator, the utility knockoff, it's going to be fun. This league is going to be a lot of fun. I've already started prepping for my week 1. My hair is terrible. What am I doing with my life? Back on track. I've already started prepping for week 1. I'm pretty sure our week 1 opponents are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ironically enough. Snipe me out of my Mega Slowbro. I'm coming for you, son. Huh. But we're prepped for that. But I don't know if we have to wait to battle. I don't have to wait to upload. But those are going to be coming. Don't hold me to this. I believe Saturday and Sunday. I know. I made a schedule and everything. Everything got thrown off because Fire Emblem didn't work. And the PMC, I don't want to say threw me through a loop because it really wasn't that bad. The schedule I made does not match the schedule they have, which is fine. I can work with it. It's still not really going to change much. Just going to swap some stuff around, but I'll post an updated upload schedule because I really want to get on that. Anyway, this is not about the channel. This is not a channel update. This is a PMC Draft Analysis. Let's stay on track here. I covered them all. But, guys, I just want you all to know, your Jersey Dwebbles are going to be putting in maximum effort in this league. We are going to have Wi-Fi uploads. Not any of that Pokemon Showdown hacks business. That's not unless we have to. But you guys, I can do this. I can coach this team. I can teach these kids, man. But I need you to stay tuned. We need your support. And if you can give us your support, I can promise you that we can prosper, we can pull through, and your Jersey Dwebbles will make you proud. And that's a promise. This has been Cloud Envy with the PMC Draft Analysis. I will see you all next time. Have a good one.